For more digest.
No.
Right.
Morning, everyone. It's 10 a.m. We ask you to please rise if you're able. For opening prayer and pledge of allegiance before we convene Commissioners' public meeting. Gracious and loving God, we thank you for this day and all of creation. And this past Tuesday, Pennsylvania celebrated its 323rd old charter, often referred to as their birth certificate. England's King Charles II granted the charter to William Penn. Pennsylvania's rich history has provided religious tolerance and many contributions to American democracy, being one of the original 13 colonies. Pennsylvania has been a state built on manufacturing, mining, steel, and farming. Education, culinary, cultural, and music have also been a fabric of our state. And Father, we know how important agriculture is to our state and the nation. We rank 14th nationally in the number of farms and are the 4th largest producer of food products. And we're thankful for the great state with its rich history and forefathers that had determination and vision. Next Tuesday, we'll be recognizing National Agricultural Day. We celebrate the farmers, the ranchers, the foresters, and other agricultural workers that make our nation strong. We're thankful for that 2% of the population that work diligently to feed the other 98% of us. And we ask you to guide our meeting this morning. May our decisions be in accordance with your will and wisdom. Present these things humbly in your name. Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, for which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Morning. At this time, we'll convene our Commissioners' public meeting, and we have an addition to the agenda. Director.
Commissioner, in your approval, you add agenda item 4.12, vote to ratify for signature by the current Board of Commissioners, Local Economic Revitalization Tax Assistance Act, Florida, that supports the City of Williamsport's efforts. The ordinance 6459, 7/2023, to improve deteriorated property, commercial in Florida zones 1, 2, and 3, and residential properties in determined deteriorated areas as approved and adopted on October 5th, 2023. And there's corrections to the agenda item.
Okay, a motion to add this to the agenda.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, do we have any, well, excuse me, first of all, do we have approval of the minutes of the previous meeting?
Yeah, I'll make that motion too.
I'll second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. We have public comment on agenda items only.
None on mine.
Okay, thank you. We have a proclamation this morning. Commissioner Messina?
We want to talk to Sarah first, or do we want to do the proclamation first? As we were talking prior to, it's ironic that I get to read the proclamation about Blood Disorder Month, since I am 1 for 3 in my attempts to donate blood. So if I pass out during the middle of this, it is, I'll do the best I can. Proclamation. Whereas we, the Commissioners of Lycoming County, Pennsylvania, are proud to commemorate March 2025 as Bleeding Disorders Awareness Month. Whereas President Ronald Reagan first designated National Hemophilia Awareness Month in March of 1986. And whereas in 2016, the federal government of Health and Human Services expanded this observance by designating March as National Bleeding Disorders Month. And whereas these bleeding disorders all share the inability to form a proper blood clot and are characterized by extended bleeding, which can be fatal if not treated effectively and lead to significant morbidity. Sorry. And whereas in 1980, many individuals with hemophilia became infected. In the 1980s, many individuals with hemophilia became infected with HIV and hepatitis C due to the contamination of the blood supply and blood products. And whereas this awareness month will bring light to the great scientific achievements in the treatment of blood disorders for which there is no cure and the greater pursuit of advanced therapies and cures. And whereas this awareness month will generate greater awareness and understanding of all inheritable bleeding disorders which affect millions of individuals around the world, enabling the prevention of illness, unnecessary procedures, and disability. Now, therefore, be it resolved that we, the Commissioners of Lycoming County, do hereby proclaim the month of March 2025 as Bleeding Disorders Awareness Month throughout Lycoming County to increase the public awareness, understanding, and support of these inheritable disorders that affect so many in our community, the nation, and across the globe. Signed, Lycoming County Commissioner Scott L. Metzger, Chairman, Mark C. Sortman, Vice Chairman, and Mark Messina, Secretary. All right, now, Sarah, do we have Sarah on the phone or on the computer?
Yes.
Or somewhere?
Yes.
There we are.
Yes, I'm here.
How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much, Commissioners, for recognizing this important cause in March. I'm sorry I'm not there to meet you in person. Maybe one day I will get there, but I know that I believe that you do this almost every year, and I appreciate it. My name is Sarah Palasic, and I am the Executive Director of the Eastern Pennsylvania Bleeding Disorders Foundation. There are two in Pennsylvania. One is in Pittsburgh area, and we are headquartered in Kennett Square. We represent 41 of the 67 counties in Pennsylvania. Each March, we do observe Bleeding Disorders Awareness Month to spotlight inheritable blood and bleeding disorders, which affect an estimated 1 in 100 people, many of whom remain undiagnosed and untreated. The most common is called von Willebrand disease, which impacts over 3% of the population, yet often goes unrecognized due to limited awareness, both among medical professionals and the public, especially among women and girls. Since its designation as a national health observance in 2016, Bleeding Disorders Awareness Month has served as a platform to amplify the voices of those living with hemophilia, von Willebrand disease, rare factor deficiencies, and platelet disorders. This month is an opportunity to educate the public, engage policymakers, and collaborate with healthcare professionals to improve diagnosis and care. You might be interested too that there's actually a hemophilia line item in our state budget and has been for several years, I believe since the 1970s. So thank you for supporting the bleeding disorders community. If you or a loved one are experiencing symptoms of a bleeding disorder, you can go to the betteryouKnow.org website to do a brief survey, and they can point you in the right direction of where you might could go to get some additional testing, or please contact us or the Western Pennsylvania Bleeding Disorders Foundation for more information. Does anybody have any questions?
No, thank you, Sarah. We appreciate you being with us, and we'll be mailing you the proclamation.
Okay, I appreciate you being able to get through this proclamation without any incident.
So far, I'm struggling.
Thank you.
I hope everyone has a great day. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Morning, who do we have?
Hey, Mike in HR.
Okay, good morning, Mike. Thank you.
I'll go.
Presented for your ratification are invoices due through March 19th, 2025 to be paid on March 12th, 2025 in the amount of $1,405,422. 62.37% out of the general fund, 14.23 out of Grants Act 13, 1.61 out of other grants, 7.74% out of RMS, and 14.04% out of escrow.
Okay, a motion to accept the accounts payable.
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second? I'll second. Any questions or comments? All fair side?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you, Nikki. Mike, you're up. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Approve the following personnel actions as conditional offers of employment, subject to the successful completion of a background check and all other employment conditions outlined here in attachment A. Adult probation, Ed Frame, adult probation officer, PO full-time, 27.530355 per hour, 80 hours per pay period. This is an anticipated transfer date, March 16, 2025. Adult probation, Pele Foreman, pretrial probation officer, APO, full-time, 24.53 per hour, 80 hours per pay period. Anticipated start date, March 31, 2025. In the management information, Eric Suker, software specialist, pay grade 9, 23.076923 cents per hour, 75 hours per pay period with an anticipated start date, March 17, 2025. In the prison, Sarah Wallet, correctional officer, union, full-time, $20 per hour, 80 hours per pay period, anticipated start date, March 24, 2025. Also in the prison, Robert Geyer, correctional officer, union, full-time, $20 per hour, 80 hours per pay period with an anticipated start date, March 31, 2025. And in public safety, Samuel Miller, emergency management specialist, training, pay grade 8, $39,994.50 per year, 75 hours per pay period with an anticipated start date, March 17, 2025.
Okay, thank you, Mike. Your motion to accept the personnel actions.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second. All fair side?
Aye.
Moving on to action items 4.1, Mike.
Vote to approve the amendment to the agreement with Luminar Health installation in the amount of $421,035.65 due to a change in verbiage. This is a 2025 approved budgeted item. You may have seen this back in December. There were a couple things that they updated and changed, but the price remained the same.
Okay, thank you, Mike. Motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
Second, all fair side?
Aye.
Okay, thank you, Mike. Have a good day.
Good day.
4.2 and 4.3, Heather.
Morning, Heather.
Morning, Commissioners. 4.2 is vote to approve the agreement for crop management services for the Lycoming County Farm with Whitmore Cattle LLC. And this is part of the Farm Committee's new initiative.
Motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
Second, all fair side?
Aye.
And then 4.3 is vote to ratify the State Homeland Security Grant Program Agreement with the Pennsylvania Emergency Management Agency in the amount of $459,736. And this is partnering with other counties in the state.
Okay, motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second, all fair side?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Heather. Have a good day. Thanks.
4.4 through 4.9, Jason.
Morning, Jason.
Commissioners, 4.4, vote to approve payment to State Chemical Solutions for 330-gallon tote of CS controlled carbon scale material the amount of $25,656. We budget every year for a tote of this material. This is the chemical that we meter into our force mains that we go to our sewer plants, and it keeps the scaling down on the leaching.
Okay, motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second. All fair side.
Aye.
Commissioners, 4.5, vote to approve the agreement with ALS Global for Professional Services. This is a organization that would do like PACE analytical. We have to use water sampling, well waters and other chemical samplings, quarter, semi-annual, and annual. And this ALS would be on an as-needed basis, would be only used as a backup to PACE in.
What is the amount?
That amount serves as if you would have taken like a restaurant menu and added up all the amount. There's no amount to it in the sense that the 39,704 was derived if you would have taken every service they offer and added up. And I'm not sure why that's there. That wasn't simply as usually their services are only a couple $100 for if we needed backup.
So we'll be.
So you expect to spend a fraction?
Oh, if we use them at all, yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Use it. Part of the services, not all of them.
Yes,
If
correct.
it was made,
Again,
if at all.
that 39, the only way I can add up 39,704 is if you would take every menu option they have and add it up.
All right, motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second. All fair side.
Thank you. 4.6, approve amendment agreement with Field Tech Services Best Line, extending the agreement to March 31st, 2025. Field Tech is just one of the services we use if we need baler repair, hydraulic service, so forth. And this is just an extension. We will be going out to bid for mechanical services like that.
Okay, motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second. All fair side.
Next is 4.7, approved amendment with the agreement of Cogan House Pest Solutions. This is the organization we use to do our pest controls throughout the facilities and all the buildings. This is a budgeted item. This is only good till December of 26 amendment, and we'll be going out for bids on that.
Motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second. All fair side.
Commissioners, 4.8, vote to approve the prayer for 2013 Mack roll-off truck from Bergey's Truck Center in the amount of $15,828.87. This is what we call our 38, I believe, our 36. This is our recycling truck our 36. This is a recycling truck that had several items on it needed repaired.
How old is this truck?
It's 2013. Most notably, the most expensive is again the exhaust systems. The emissions and the exhaust systems are constant.
Motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second. All fair side.
And lastly, commissioners, vote to approve the repair for the transfer station compactor through Seabright Products in the amount of $17,027. This is part of our maintenance and repair, but we discovered that the bottom wear plate on the ram system of the compactor at the transfer station is completely worn out. This will be probably 4 to 5 weeks from now, once we receive your approval, and we'll have to make a public notice because we'll have the transfer station shut down for probably 2 days or less.
Okay,
The repair.
and you'll get that public notice out.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Once we get confirmation from Seabright, we'll get it to you guys, have it out.
Okay. Motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
Second. All fair side.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Uh, 4.10, I don't see Adrian, but I'll take it for her. Commissioner seeking your approval on the agreement with Lisa Glick Esquire, provide legal representation in guardianship proceedings. This is a 2025 approved budgeted item. This is not to exceed $9,999.99 at $90 an hour, and it's on an as-needed basis. Much like a contract.
Motion to accept,
I'll make the motion.
second. All fair side?
Aye.
4.1, John.
Morning, John.
Morning, Commissioners. This is a contract for professional survey services with Larson Design Group in the amount of $7,850. This is part of the Farm Committee's initiatives as well, where they'll be subdividing approximately 1.5 acres just south of the barn on Beach Road, or I guess sale.
Have subdivision of the house from the barn.
Yes, I'm sorry, the house will be part of the subdivision. I guess the northernmost lot line will be at the barn itself.
A motion to accept,
Really costs $7,800 to survey 1.5 acres. Open ground. I mean, I guess.
My understanding is they're gonna take the whole project through subdivision. But they do it all.
And the,
Right, all the legal proceedings and everything else. So it's not just a survey. It's,
That's my understanding.
okay.
they'll be doing the deed and file research, obviously the field work, computations, stakeout. And then, yeah. They'll be basically getting it ready. Now, they won't be attending meetings. That is an exclusion here. But I imagine
prepare.
I'll be taking it through the Royal Stock Townships. So they'll have everything for me.
Okay. Yeah, I will make the motion.
Okay, I'll second. All fair side?
Aye.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thanks.
Thank you.
And lastly, 4.12, this is the item that we added. Commissioners, seeking your approval to ratify for signature by the current Board of Commissioners, Local Economic Revitalization Tax Assistant Act, LRTA, that supports City of Williamsport's efforts, City Ordinance 6459, approved on 7/20/23, to improve deteriorated property, commercial, in LRTA zones number 1, 2, and 3, and residential properties in determined deteriorated areas as approved and adopted on October 5th, 2023.
And motion,
I'll make the motion.
I'll second. Jason Fink from the Chambers here. Jason, like to speak on behalf of this?
You don't have to.
Commissioners, pleased to be able to be presenting this for consideration. The school district, LRTA, is a program that requires approval by Williamsport Area School District and the City of Williamsport. Both bodies have approved this. Actually, the city did theirs a couple of weeks ago, and the school districts, when they initially voted on this back in October of 2023, theirs ran through December 31st of 2026. So the school district vote, all you're doing is aligning your LRTA with their program along with what the city recently acted. We've seen significant investment already from this. I will share with you Maynard Street corridor is one of the key ones. You've also seen some development on 3rd Street in and around that area as well. We are also right now working with a manufacturer to acquire a building up on Reach Road, plastics manufacturer that will be able to take advantage of this if they are able to expand their operations. The thing that I think is important for everybody to understand about LRTA is the fact that there is no giving up of existing tax associated with the program. What it does is it helps the developer, whether it be the building owner or a developer within the community that wants to take on a project. It gives them some assistance in being able to address the taxes for the new assessed value of the improvements to the property. So and given the fact that this is not only on the industrial side of it, but also on the residential side of it, let's just say you have a home and it's assessed at $200,000. You do $50,000 expansion to your home. What that does is it abates the new value to the home for a period of time. It doesn't abate all of the taxes. Very much different than KOZ. So that is one of the key things to note on that program, which we think is very fair that way because of the fact that you still should be able to pay that tax on that existing property.
This would be through December 31st, 2026.
Correct. It'll align with the other two taxing bodies.
Thank you. Any questions?
Nope.
Motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Oh, sorry.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And Jason, can you stick around for a few minutes? Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, I have a couple of things real quick. Number one, when there's only two of us, my vote counts a lot more. So I felt very powerful for that. I just had this conversation with someone today. It's my public service announcement. If you're lucky enough to be allergic to grass, like I am, and so many other people are, I learned somewhere in my adult life, they tell you if you do the steroid sprays, like the Flonase and stuff like that, it takes 2 weeks for it to really like get in. So like it is that time. If you start now, just put it by your bed, and it has helped me. And it's not going to cure you, those of us that are uncurable, but it does make it more tolerable. And they've come a long way with that stuff too. So just start it and use it. And if you wait till the grass is pollinating, people are mowing, it's too late. And the last thing I just want to say is Mark's out of town with his family. And Scott is clearly under the weather, as you can tell. And I just want to like commend him. He's better today than he was last night. But we had an event last night at Loyalside Volunteer Fire Department celebrating their 100th anniversary, and he was feeling rough, but he still showed up because it meant something to him and how important it is, and what we all know about public safety and fire prevention and the need for volunteers and the value that these people serve to the community. So it was certainly something health-wise. If he would have phoned it in and said, like, I just can't make it, no one would have questioned it. But there he was because it was important to him. And I just wanted, because people don't get to see things like that all the time unless you're there. But I just wanted to kind of give him a pat on the back, although I don't want to touch him because he might be contagious still. That's it. That's all I got.
Thank you. We were blessed to be at the 100th anniversary last night of the Loyalside Fire Company. I said to my wife, I said, no, got to be there. I said, these individuals are the backbone of their communities. And, they run out of their houses when they have colds, fight fires, or take care of emergencies. They leave on holidays, weekends, family events. They drop everything at a moment's notice to help their neighbors helping neighbors. And it's the fabric of the community. And you move into communities because you love your community. We're involved in Little League. And one thing we stress about Little League, it's about community. It's about playing for your hometown and winning. And these people are heroes, and they're winning for their communities. They're taking care of their neighbors. They drop everything at a moment's notice. So it was important that we were all there. And I just want to commend them on 100 years. Not too many things make it to 100 years. And we have fantastic fire companies throughout the county. We really do. And I noted that, we back in the 80s, we had 300,000 volunteer fire companies. or volunteer firemen and women back in the 80s. We're down to 30,000 statewide. That's a crisis. Crisis. You know, who's going to take their place? We have to have them. And it's critical that they're there. Because they respond to everything. The medical emergencies, fires, everything. Sure, last night my father-in-law had a stroke in November. He lives at the top of a mountain. And they caught it early. And he's recovering from that stroke. If they didn't have him in the hospital from where he was at in 15 minutes, which is unbelievable, they must have been going 100 miles an hour to get to Williamsport Hospital from where they were at. He'd be dead. So it's a credit to what they do and how they take care of our neighbors and our friends and loved ones. So congratulations to Little Sock. We hope they have another 100 years and thank you to all the fire companies throughout the entire region because they're awesome.
Public comment.
Be online.
MC Green, MCG. Can we get some details about the emergency management agreement? Yes.
Go to her.
Yep.
Thank you.
And the next scheduled meeting will be held on Thursday, March 20th, 2025 at 10 a.m. Hey.
Okay. Thank you everybody for attending. We'll see you then.